Butterfinger dessert for his birthday cake tomorrow. But he changed it to Reese's dessert. So I grew up eating this dessert for my birthdays. And then I shared it with him when we got together. So now he's going to make it for his birthday.
Well, the way you shared it with me was that I made it for you.
Huh?
I made it for you. I don't even know if I got to try your mom's ever.
Well, I guess you made it for him. We gave Mr. Tracy, I guess a long time ago we gave James the recipe. I keep calling him Mr. Tracy because we've been on the phone with my students all day because we've been distance learning, so I keep calling him Mr. Tracy. So Mr. Tracy is James. I keep saying Mr. Tracy, sorry. James. Alright, so we don't have a blender. We're doing this way different than I did all growing up. Because when we were growing up, I had...
It's the old-fashioned way.
We're doing it by hand. Because when I was growing up, we had one of those cool blender things, and you would like screw the lid on, and we put the graham crackers and saltines, and you would turn it and go, and then you would stop. And then we made our cups that way. So I need to start breaking these.
Yeah, but you want to put
First the cup.
bowl.
I need a measuring cup.
For what?
To measure 2 cups of graham
It
crackers.
doesn't have to be exact.
It does have to be exact. Mr. Tracy does not do exact cooking. This is our first time cooking together in like a really long time because we don't get along in the kitchen.
It's because you have to be exact on everything.
I like to be exact because that's how...
Okay, why are you doing it over there?
I'm...
You're going to put it all over the floor?
I was crumbling. Okay.
You're crumbling them up over the floor.
I'm giving Buster a snack on the floor. I'm used to using our little blender device.
You don't put it on the floor still.
No, but it was the cool blender device. So it's really good. You use like graham crackers and saltine crackers.
You're barely even crumbling them up.
I'm crumbling them more. I'm picking them back up. This makes up the crust. So, look at that big piece. Look at that. He had a huge saltine cracker
go back
piece.
And get that one. Well,
that
look
one
at
was
this
him.
piece.
That
look at
one
all
was
these
him.
big pieces.
No.
My pieces are smaller than your pieces.
The graham cracker pieces can be a little bit bigger because it makes the crust. Ooh, that one's a big one. Sorry. We're doing this way the old-fashioned way. This is not how you normally make it. It's a lot easier with a blender. But yeah, I didn't like traditional cake when I was growing up, so my parents always made me this one for all my birthdays. And then I guess I gave James the recipe, and then he made it for me for one of my birthdays.
For
so
like every single birthday or first like few years?
For the first few years, and then he got lazy. It's a pretty easy dessert to make though. Mr. Tracy does it a little bit different though, because he's going to use vanilla pudding instead of chocolate pudding. And vanilla pudding.
I'll let you keep doing this.
I'll keep crunching while you do the next one.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to be in charge
I have
of
to
the
make them
crunching.
smaller. Some of mine are big too.
Look at that. Mr. Tracy did that one too.
Why do you keep calling me Mr. Tracy?
James did that
That's
one.
creepy.
I always accidentally call him James in front of my students on the phone, and then they're like, "Who's James?" And so now when I'm supposed to be calling him
You have to start calling me Master.
James, I keep calling him Mr. Tracy instead. This is way harder to do without that blender thing. I like using the blender device. I grew up cooking this with my mom for our birthday meals, or birthday desserts. This is the one thing I really liked, being in the kitchen and cooking this. Normally, when James is in the kitchen, I stay away because I don't like cooking that much. And I get nervous and I want to have like the recipe the right way, and James is better at like just kind of winging it and going with the flow. And I like to do it the right way. So he's going to mix the instant pudding with the ice cream. I was going to do my slackline today, but it's a little bit colder outside, and I've been on phone calls with my students all morning. And then I have Zumba tonight at 5:30. We're going to cook and then do Zumba. James might do Zumba with us today, right?
What?
Are you going to do Zumba today?
No.
James doesn't like to dance. He can't move his hips.
Buster's the one that likes it.
Buster does not like Zumba either. I made Buster go outside with me and do Zumba yesterday, and he was so mad. He just stood on the porch and like glared at me. Here comes the cat, Buster.
says we need 2 cups of milk. But I don't know which recipe I'm supposed to use because the package says 3 cups of milk.
The package?
that's
What
for-
package?
The package for the pudding package.
But you're not following the pudding package.
Mm,
You're following this recipe.
Yes.
You're not making pudding.
I'm aware.
James doesn't like it when I give him instructions in the kitchen.
You don't like it when I give you instructions in the kitchen either.
Or ever.
I know.
We're both very headstrong.
I need to look for a whisk.
A whisk.
Yes, it is.
Sounds like you have a whisk. I didn't even know that drawer was there.
Yep, that's because you're really good at the kitchen.
Well, I don't cook in our aunt and uncle's kitchen.
You don't cook anywhere. Besides oatmeal.
I'm really good at making oatmeal. Sometimes if I mess up a batch though of oatmeal, I give it to James because if you overcook the oatmeal, it doesn't taste any good. So when I ruin it, it's considered James's perfect. So
My aunt said your oatmeal was gross too. Because I told her you like to make it really soupy. And she's like, yeah.
Aunt Melanie thought it was gross.
Yep.
It's so good. You have to have your oatmeal soupy. Not super soupy, because sometimes it can get too soupy and then it basically is bad. But there's like this perfect combination of what it needs to be. James, you have to tell him what you're doing.
I'm whisking the pudding for like
Instant
2 or
pudding.
3 minutes or until it gets thicker.
He mixed
And then you add ice cream to it.
instant pudding with milk. 2 cups of milk.
Yep.
But he doesn't want to teach you guys how to make it, apparently. That side of the recipe is secret.
Well, you can also just research it online.
Yeah, but it's more fun to do it this way. We're bonding right now.
Yay, bonding. So here's what your pudding looks like since Kate wants you to see all the pictures. Look, it's pudding. And we're going to put ice cream in it in a second.
We mix it with ice
But
cream.
we have to put some butter in a bowl to make our crumbs too. Melted butter. And Aunt Melanie's going to get mad because we're going to use all our butter.
You need a stick of butter.
We don't have a stick of butter.
But
Kate.
that's what you're supposed to make it with.
It doesn't matter.
It's
gonna
supposed to be a
melt.
stick of butter.
You're going to melt the butter.
You
So
need 1
it
cup
does
of butter.
Not matter.
1 cup.
Thank you, Kate.
1 cup of butter.
Did you have me actually mix it in a cup for you?
Huh?
Because you're technical and everything.
Yeah.
So when you use a cup, you're supposed to use a measuring cup. This is like a really old-fashioned measuring cup. It's from like the 60s.
It looks like a tin cup that a rancher would use to drink out of.
Mhm.
Is that all the Reese's you're using?
Yeah, that's a lot.
For the whole thing?
Yeah, it's a lot.
You're supposed to put them on the crust and the top.
No, it says you're only supposed to put it in the top.
That's not even very many Reese's. He's skimping on the candy.
Not really. That's like 20 of them.
Really? That's 20 Reese's?
Yeah.
Lester, you're very
It's supposed to be a
curious.
whole cup or half a cup. It says only half a cup.
It's half a cup?
Yeah. So
I was wrong. It's half a cup of
I
butter.
woke up at 7:30 this morning and went to Garden City to get all the ingredients for
Which
this.
means he really wanted this for his birthday.
No, it's because it's for Uncle Tim mainly.
Oh, I guess, yeah. Uncle Tim's birthday was yesterday, so. His uncle's birthday is 2 days before his birthday. And then his aunt's birthday is 2 days after my birthday. And we're the same exact number of years
You're
apart.
actually wrong.
Huh?
My aunt's is 1 day before your birthday.
Oh. Melanie's is 1 day before mine. Uncle
And mine
Tim's is 2 days.
after.
Uncle Tim's
Mine
is
is
2
2 days
before.
before mine. So they're both before ours.
By 2 days and 1 day.
Yay.
And we had the same number of years in between our birthdays too.
So now I'm melting some butter. But I think I'm going to add some sugar to our mixture to make it taste better too. So you add some sugar to this too, because then it will taste better.
Where'd you read that?
I made it before with, when I make this other
We're gonna
dessert.
need a bigger bowl when you mix it with the butter. Because otherwise it's gonna spill over the edges.
It's like an ice cream scoop. I'm going to use it for the ice cream cake.
It says Erskine and Ursic and Doll Feed Services, Inc. from Syracuse, Kansas.
Or I can just use this one. That one's getting over here.
Huh?
I said the butter is very melted.
And then you
hot.
pour it in here, right? And mix it. But do you need a bigger bowl to mix it?
I don't know. I think you need to make it more like small. You need to crumble it out more. Which is why the blender would have been better.
Mm-hmm. Mr. James said we don't need a blender.
Here's our ice cream. It's special.
Did you get a good brand?
I got the Dillon's brand. If that means good.
It looks like a crappy brand on the screen.
It's special.
How much ice cream do you put in? Like half of the tub?
As much as you want.
You put in a lot.
You just improvise. It doesn't really matter what the recipe asks you to do. It doesn't.
I like recipes.
And I just like to do trial and error. So after you put the ice cream in, you just mix it. Yay.
It looks weird with the vanilla pudding though. It's supposed to be chocolate pudding.
Stuff don't get in it. Okay, now you have to mix that together. Is you gonna lick my fingers, Kate?
Crust is looking really good.
I don't know if we're gonna need more butter.
That's what it looks like. Am I mixing this with my hands?
You can. I guess I did like half a cup, so that's how much you should need.
Yeah, spoon.
I guess you can use this if you want. So, once you mix it pretty good, you just put it in the pan and it's your crust or your base.
This is a baby pan.
Yeah, that's why I got 2 pans. You're supposed to put 3/4 of it on the base. And it's like you're making pie, basically. And it's kind of like ice cream pie.
But better. I'm just gonna let Mr. Tracy do James do this part.
You had a tough job making this.
I did.
So my mixture just kind of looks like vanilla ice cream, but it has pudding mixed with it. Yay.
Yummy. I always got to lick the beaters when we make it. We would make it, and I would always. That was like the best part.
And you can try to empty it more if you want.
Let's see if it tastes okay.
It just tastes like ice cream.
Yeah, but it's not as good without the chocolate flavor.
You can definitely taste the pudding.
Yeah. It's better with chocolate pudding.
So once you look at it, it just looks like this looks like a pan full of ice cream. So then you're just gonna put some whipped cream on it, and then you put your crumbs and your candy on top of it after that. So there's no candy in the base part of it.
I think they're supposed to.
You can if you want, obviously, if you want to make it even more
I mean, I guess you don't.
unhealthy or delicious.
Yeah, I mean,
or whatever
the
you say.
candy's supposed to go on the top, but it'd be good on the bottom too.
I like the whipped cream a lot in it. It tastes really good, except my whipped cream is still a little bit frozen, which is not good. So before you use your ice cream and before you use the whipped cream, you want it to be not all the way frozen, because if it's all the way frozen, you can't stir it very well. Or spread it very well. So since my whipped cream is still partially frozen, I'm going to try to whisk it so it's smoother.
For my birthday, I want chocolate pudding.
But I'm making it, so I get to make it however I
No.
want.
I want chocolate pudding for my birthday cake. That's like a little kid wanting chocolate cake really bad for their birthday, and then you're like, here's vanilla.
Yep.
It's not the same at all.
You get what you get, and don't throw a fit.
Yes, you do. When it's your birthday, you get to do whatever you want. And throw a fit. Then you freeze it, and then you eat it for dinner. dessert.
Or dinner.
Or dinner. If you're healthy adults.
You don't have to be an adult.
Or kids.
I'm surprised you like it with whipped cream on the top because you like hate whipped cream for some reason.
I
Whipped
just
cream
always
is
grew
really
up
good.
eating it. I don't necessarily love the whipped cream part.
I
but
love whipped cream.
I love the chocolate pudding and vanilla ice cream part. He got home from the store and I was like, did you get chocolate pudding? He's like, nope, I got vanilla pudding. I'm like,
I actually had to go back in the store and get it because I forgot it at first.
this is the one thing I pretty much know how to cook. I don't know all the exact measurements and stuff.
So basically, your icing on your cake is whipped cream. So next we're just going to sprinkle our graham cracker crust on the top and then all of our Reese's on the top.
Is it cut small enough?
Except we have a ton of both, but it'll be good because I like the stuff on the top.
There's not very many Reese's.
There is actually a lot.
There's actually not.
Once you put it on the top of the cake, there's going to be a lot.
I don't know. Maybe that's a lot. I don't know.
It's like 20 of them. Little ones. So that's what it looks like. It's basically like a Blizzard Dairy Queen.
Yeah. It's delicious. It would just be better with chocolate pudding. But it's Mr. Tracy's birthday. James's birthday. So we'll go with it.
Yay.
Buster, do you want to say anything? Hi. Can you say hi? I just want to lick my hands. Now he's
Yay.
licking the bowl.
That's how you clean up. Proper cleaning.
He's licking the bowl.
So you don't let it go to waste. You can also go like this. Or you can give it to your dog. Since there's no chocolate in it.
No, I'm not touching the inside. Now it's time for Mr. Tracy to do what he does best. And clean. I mean James. James is going to do what he does best. Sorry, James. Here, I'll bring you the stuff. And you can put it in the dishwasher. Here you go. This is me helping. Where's the box for the saltine crackers? You want to just put it with the graham crackers?
You can.
We'll put it in the graham cracker box.
We use like 1.5 packages of graham crackers, and we use 30 saltine crackers.
3 sleeves of saltine crackers?
No, 30 total saltine crackers.
Did you count them?
Yeah, that's what the directions said. It's 30.
30 saltine crackers,
And 1.5 packages of graham crackers.
1.5 packages of graham
So we have
crackers.
enough to make it again.
Woohoo! With chocolate pudding.